He knelt beside the bed, grinning at what he thought was his son, until the voice whispered from beneath him, "Daddy, there's someone on my bed." David was a single father living in a quiet suburb with his 7-year-old son, Luke. Every night, without fail, David would tuck Luke into bed, kiss him on the forehead, and check under the bed for monsters, just to make him laugh. It was their little tradition. Luke loved scary stories, but only because he knew his dad was always there to keep him safe. Red flags were small, easy to ignore. A few weeks ago, Luke said he didn't like the way his reflection smiled. Another time, he asked if people could have two faces. David laughed it off. Kids say weird things, right? That night, David was tired. Long workday. He went through the usual routine, kissed Luke goodnight, tucked him in, reached for the blanket. But this time, something was off. Luke's face was lit by the hallway light, just barely. He was smiling. Too wide, too still. And then Luke spoke. "Daddy, can you check for monsters under the bed?" The voice was off by a fraction, just enough to make David's skin crawl. He chuckled nervously. "Sure, buddy." He bent down and looked. Beneath the bed, in the shadows, was Luke. The real Luke. Pale, shaking, eyes wide with terror. His tiny voice barely made it out. "Daddy, there's someone on my bed." David jerked up. But the figure under the blanket was gone. Just a slight dent in the sheets. And that awful grin still burned in his brain. David never found out what he saw that night. Luke had no memory of the grin, or the voice. But the drawings changed. They now showed two Lukes, one hiding, one smiling. Sometimes David wakes up to find Luke standing in his doorway, just staring. When he asks what's wrong, Luke always replies the same thing. "I was making sure it's really you." And every night since, David checks under the bed first. But sometimes, he finds it empty, and the thing on the bed just smiles. So who are you tucking in at night? If this story left you double-checking your bed tonight, hit the like button and tell me in the comments. What would you do if your child asked you to check for monsters and you found one?